Alright, so why should we make tutorials? Well, so I've thought about this for a long time, and it all comes down to leading the next generation of magicians, right? So let me just say this from the start. Do I think that YouTube tutorials are necessary? Absolutely, right? Especially in this day and age, right, where where information is so easily accessible, it absolutely needs to be, right? So let's take for example, like just someone seeing a magic trick for their first time, right? They'll search up like how is this done, or like color changing, cards changing appearance or whatever, I don't know, right? And they'll see a bunch of stuff pop up, and the majority of those things will not be well produced, right? They're going to be lacking some mechanical details, right? They're going to be lacking proper history behind them, proper references, where to go from there, and that's just not ideal, right? Especially for future magicians, right? Especially right now, where you see like a bunch of social media magicians flash things as simple as a Tenkai palm, right? And you're just like, why? How? It's literally, you're flashing one of the most basic things. And I think what they're missing is guidance, right? By not doing easily accessible tutorials, right? By only limiting your knowledge to like private sessions that you need to pay like hundreds for, or just having tutorials, right, $10 or whatever, right, by having tutorials locked behind a paywall, right? People aren't willing to pay for things that they aren't sure that they want to get into, right? So they're just left with this feeling of like, well, do I really want to pay for this? No. Well, I'll just go on YouTube and search for some B-list tutorial, right? And if they do actually get hooked on magic, right, then they'll be stuck with learning crappy technique, right? Because they learned from YouTube, right? And that's a really sad thing, right? So I want to start this channel as a means to provide guidance, right? One where they could learn proper mechanics, right? Proper history, proper referencing, and where to go from the video that they just watched, right? So I know this is probably not going to be well received by a lot of magicians, because, well, people like Chris Ramsey, Xavier Spade, right? They've had prior work in the magic community, so they're well known. So they have some established crediting, right? I'm just like some random person is doing here, but this is basically my point of view. And yeah, hi, Future Curtis here. So you might have noticed that I paused the video and this is just the voice clip, but I forgot to mention something, and it is about the moves that I'm going to be posting tutorials on. Notice how I said moves and not tricks, because I'm going to be posting only moves. One, because it's much easier to find crediting on moves rather than tricks, all right, full-on routines. And two, it is much easier to describe individual moves than it is to have a routine. So rather than having like an hour like dedicated to a specific routine, I'd have just like 15 minutes or 30 minutes, right, dedicated to one move and how to use it in various contexts. So that's why I'm just teaching sleights and not routines. Otherwise, I'm only going to be publishing moves that I've done some work on. So whether it be mechanics or like an actual like analysis on. So mechanics, say for like the Lowy palm, like I just changed like the finger positioning, or I can't speak, or an analysis like the classic pass. And then I'll do like a video tutorial, moves that I haven't really done anything to, like just about any move that like, for example, maybe the Elmsley count. I probably won't be making a tutorial unless I'm doing the theory behind it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for why uh why I, for that's pretty much it for the limitations of what I'm going to be posting. So yeah, that's it. And back to the video. I'm always open for discussion, so don't hesitate to comment down below or just DMing me on Instagram. So yeah, if you have any gripes about this or anything, it's gonna take a lot of discussing to turn me away from YouTube tutorials, especially with the way it is now. So yeah, see you guys next time where I update. Ow. Bye.